Good morning. It's Friday, December 18th. Welcome to day 18 of our COVID Christmas books. I'm Pauline. I run the Scrapbook Room, a mobile and online scrapbook store, and I offer inspiration and friendship in the Scrapbook Playroom, a private Facebook group for paper crafters just like you. Let's get started with today's prompt. It's Friday, and I expect it's a good night to go out for a ride, barring a snowstorm, of course. But a week before Christmas is a lovely time to take a drive around and look at Christmas decorations. How about you? Do you have outdoor decorations up? Are there spectacular displays in your neighborhood? How about municipal decorations? Is there a tree in town? Lights on the poles? Anything photo-worthy? And what do you think? Does it seem like people have more lights up than usual this year? Is it because they have more time on their hands? As far as social and sporting activities go, there's little or none of those types of things going on in most towns. For the most part, people are staying home. So what's there to do but decorate? We needed that spirit this year, though, of all years. Don't you agree? So go for a ride or step outside and take a look at your own house. Take photos. Get yourself up close with photos in the background. Dark isn't a good time for those front-facing selfie camera lenses, though, so get someone else to take your picture. And do you have any thoughts on outdoor lighting? Do you have a ritual for decorating? Do you wish for more lighting than you have? Do you have any pet peeves about lights? Tell all in your notes today. And for perfect photos. Before we get to today's tips, I wanted to show you my mini book for today. I'll go to the page that's available. Now, I wasn't happy with this polar bear background for today, so I simply decided I would cover it with a piece of navy cardstock. When I can actually edit it out. So I put my navy photo mat in place. I wanted to follow the light theme, so I strayed away from using only scrapbook paper, and I used part of a glittery Christmas card. It shows a door, so I think it portrays the idea of outdoor decor. I trimmed it down as much as I could, but I didn't want to leave half a snowman by the door, so I wanted to put him right on the edge of the page, and you'll notice I've put tape on all four sides of this piece, which will go here. Then I have my photo mat. My photo mat's going underneath. See, I make mistakes too. But luckily this isn't stuck down really hard yet. I'm going to slip that in right up to the edge, and I've already measured and lined up my edges, and there we go, close enough. Now you'll notice I tore the edge of the yellow paper. I wanted it to match the edge of this card, which was already torn as well. Be careful when you're tearing paper. One direction will leave this white edge, the other will leave a more finished yellow edge. I like the bit of white showing. So I placed the mat down first, as I said, and I put the photo of the door on top. And I think you could put a photo over it like this, and it wouldn't matter if you cover it a little bit. So that is going to work just fine. I cut out a yellow circle for my date background, and I put the number in place. And I will put this in the top corner, like so. I made a label that says it's Christmas time, which I will put up top here. I'll quickly get that into position. When you're trying to hurry, it never works. And this will just get centered approximately up here, like so. And lastly, I decided, with the title, I put It's Christmas Time. I didn't want to specify lights or decorating in the title. I didn't want to put the album owner in a box. This way they can add lights or decorating if they choose, but it's also perfectly fine to add any photo. So finally, I added this shiny yellow snowflake ornament to the top of the page, and I'll put that right here just to offset. And there we go, and this page is done. In my own book, as per usual, I'm not quite there, but I have an idea. I may simply use some tree close-ups because I like the look of close-ups of trees. Here's one I took off my own tree just to give it a try. You can see the tree branches, the ornaments, the lights are on in the background here. I may get a photo of my own outdoor lights. Nothing spectacular out there, so don't rush over for a photo. I've really always wanted a ton of beautifully done festive lights outdoors, but we just never get there. So maybe I'll talk about that in my journal too. Or maybe I'll just experiment with the new app I downloaded and see if I can get any photos worth using. I've collected a few potential embellishments. I like the glitter at the top of this, which could work on the page. I've also got the words bright, lights, and twinkle. And as well, I found this that says all is bright. So any of these could work. I'm not sure what I want to use yet, so I'll decide once I finalize the page. I guess you'll have to wait for my flip through to see what I do. And now I'll be right back with today's tips. For today's tips, we're talking about night photos. So first off, DSL cameras like this are the best. And if you have one, you might even know how to take photos better than I do for sure. But for the rest of us, I've got a few tips that may help you get some great Christmas light photos at night. So first of all, you'll just want to head out at dusk to get the best photos. Just after the sun, whatever the sun is, goes down is the best time. So don't wait till it's really dark. Go as soon after dusk as you can. The first thing to do is check if your phone has a night mode feature. Tripods can also help, but odds are you won't be setting up a tripod in the neighborhood. So find somewhere to steady your hands. If you're in the vehicle, you could try resting your phone on the window or door frame. If standing, cup one hand under the camera to stabilize it. Then tuck in your elbows so that you're holding the camera close to your body. Using the timer can also help with stability, and you'll remember the timer from our selfie session. Hold the phone sideways in landscape position when you want to get lots of lights in the frame. And decide what you want to capture in the photo. Move in closer when you're taking a photo rather than zooming, and take lots of pictures. I've got a few more samples here to show you. Dim your lights so the tree lights stand out. Though not outside, this is a photo of my nephew by a string of lights, and all the other lights are off, so you can see the glow from the lights is really pretty. A few don'ts for you. When you go to take a picture, you should have this yellow box to focus. See that? If you click on that, what you do is you tap that before you click the shutter, and it's going to focus on that area. Don't tap on areas with lights to focus. That will distort everything else in the frame. Click in a darker area of the screen, and it will brighten the other areas. And it should brighten the rest of the screen a bit. Don't use your flash. You should be able to turn your flash off. Here, it's up here. See, click to off. A flash doesn't light up the background. All it's going to do is dull the lights. Don't try to get too much in the photo. For example, don't try to get 2 houses, but go wide if you want a whole yard. You could try a camera app like Camera +2 to slow down the phone shutter. The slower the shutter, the more light gets in, and that'll make for better nighttime photos. You'll also need to be super still though. Again, using that timer or the cable release from your headphones will help with stillness. Remember, I showed you that trick in our selfie class. And a couple more things to try. Try using portrait mode if it's an option on your phone. And another photo idea, try to focus on a person with lights in the background. Click the yellow box on them and the lights should go blurry. It'll look good, try it. I tried to do that blurry effect with this photo. I was trying to get the angel in focus. Notice how the tree lights have blurred. Here's a photo. Here's a photo of my daughter Courtney right next to the tree. Getting close to get the person plus some of the tree, and only the tree in the background. Step to one side or the other to get the perfect angle. And here's another similar photo of my nephew. Again, right up close, the tree right in behind. They aren't perfect photos, but I think they're great for any Christmas album. Or simply take a close-up of an ornament. Take several photos using different settings and setting the focus in different areas. See what you like. There should be something good. And if there's not, use it anyway and tell about how hard it is to capture the beauty of those lights. But go for that ride, and I'll see you tomorrow.